What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to NASCAR Evolution. This is part 5 of the series of our career mode, and we're going to get into the next race, which is Bristol Motor Speedway. Fun fact about this episode, it almost didn't happen. The Let's Play almost died before it really got started, because, I will explain during the race. I thought this Let's Play was a goner. Really did. But for now, we will qualify.
Go.
And I wonder how easy the track is in this game, because in the later heat games, it is the easiest track in the game, but we know in this one that belongs to Martinsville, so... but I think this one should be... we should get a good result here. But you do have to slow down quite a bit. It's very, 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 very tight. Very, very, very tight. I'm also not sure what line is better in this game to take. I'm just gonna try to make the corner without hitting the walls. P13. That's a sign of another good finish in this race. And reminder, hardest difficulty.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Car high.
So we'll get started here, and then I'll get to the little story.
Clear level. Car level. Clear level. Car level.
Again, I just can't turn. I don't even know if lowering the wedge would help. 35 laps here. Running top 10. I didn't change my secondary sponsor goal.
Car level.
But I mean, I don't know if I would have made it that high anyway, because I couldn't remember how easy or hard Bristol was. But I mean, we're getting that goal unless something really stupid happens.
Still there.
Racing the usual guys up
Clear
here.
high.
Reminder of A.G. Allmendigger's random win in the last episode. Man, we're just putting people in the wall. So glad there's no rival system.
Clear high.
I mean, I don't hate the rival system, or I wouldn't if... I hate it in Heat 5.
Still there.
In the older ones, it's better, because it's easier to get rid of them. In Heat 5, you can't get rid of them. Literally, you basically can't. I've actually not seen it, at least in memory.
Stay high.
But we won't see that until Heat 2. I'm hoping to get to Heat 2 if we ever beat this game. That'd be awesome. Because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about involving Heat 2, and that'll be more fun getting to drive for teams, going up through 3 series. Here it's, you know, that's what people didn't like. You couldn't drive for a team,
Stay high.
and
Still there.
your own team management was kind of shallow. They did it a lot better in the later Heat games, where you could actually, you know, it's not great, but like you can actually have different cars and
Car level.
upgrade the stats and hire people,
All clear.
and you know, you had more to do with your team. Here it's just, oh, you have car, you pick sponsors, and you upgrade the linear upgrade system. And you can't drive for another team at all. There's no option. The later ones, you get an option. Do you want to, you know, do you want to spend that cash that's otherwise useless, spend it on a team, and make it feel, you know, make it more of your challenge, or do you just want to race? Do you just want to race for another team and not have to worry about the ownership and just race? Because there's some people that want to own a team, and then there's some people that just want to race and don't want to worry about that. Anyway, I think now is the time for that story. So, I've had some computer issues. I hope that there's nothing really bad wrong. But basically, I got an external hard drive because when I got this current laptop that I'm on back in May, it is currently October. When I got it back in May, it only had
Stay high.
500 gigabytes, while my old one had 1 terabyte. So to make up for that a little bit ago, back in June or so, I got an external hard drive.
Clear.
And almost immediately it started having problems. And I think it's because I did not know you have to eject an external hard drive or anything like that. Well, I didn't know that, so I was just yanking
All
out.
clear.
And So it would just start randomly disconnecting, and now it's at the point where it'll only work if it's plugged in via the USB hub. And I basically don't use it. I took anything I care about out of there because it just doesn't work either. Like, I can access stuff out of it, but sometimes it'll just randomly disconnect. And another big thing, if you put in something or take something out, when you unplug and put the hard drive back in, the files will stay exactly the same. And I tried looking up that, I couldn't find anything, so I think it just got corrupted. And then I tried to reformat it from scratch, and it wouldn't work. I did a quick format. I've yet to use it since then to know if that changed anything. But basically, I was playing a game, a multiplayer game with a couple friends, or no, a friend. And just in the middle of the game, my external hard drive disconnects, and everything else disconnects. Because when multiple things are plugged into my USB hub, it like will have a surge and stop working every once in a while. And I had all 3 of the slots plugged in, so I guess it like, you know, couldn't handle it, and it went off for a minute and back on, and it caused the game to crash. Even though that game wasn't even on my external hard drive, I still have a little feeling that it was due to the external hard drive. Due to that getting disconnected, but I could be wrong. We got a yellow. Let's pit here. But basically, I ramble. I'm not making the story clear. Basically, what happened after that is I was like, okay, since I'm not going to use that external anymore, I'm going to clear up some space. So I started deleting some Steam games. After I delete a couple Steam games, the Steam library page goes black. So I restart Steam, and I'm checking my storage size, and I see I lost like 100 or 200 gigabytes. Then I go back to Steam, and nothing is in my library. Every single game I had installed got deleted, or got uninstalled. So I had to download them back overnight because my internet is garbage. I had to go to a place with better internet and download some games back. And I was super worried about this game in particular because, you know, I'm not losing progress on most games thanks to the cloud. But from what I remembered, NASCAR Evolution doesn't have a cloud. You could like go to other games on Steam and it'll be like cloud up to date or whatever. NASCAR Evolution has no such thing because there's no cloud saving. But I get back on, and to my delight, it's still here. The Let's Play is not over after 4 episodes. So I think what happened is that the like data files were still on my computer or something, but the game itself wasn't. So I don't know. Either way, I'm not complaining. I just hope that doesn't happen again. I also had an issue with the screen glitching out yesterday. I've had no issues today, but the screen like started getting all blurry when I was like on the browser and whatever, and it wasn't just the browser, but it was the worst on the browser. And then it started turning into a black screen with white lines across it. It like flickered out for a few seconds, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna restart it, and I restarted it, and it fixed it. So hopefully, I hate all this issues I'm having, but I'm probably not using the external hard drive again, because I hope, you know. And I hope it's not some other issue with this computer too, because I already had to send it in once. It was gone for 2 weeks, because there was a motherboard issue. I was just playing a pretty bulky game. Then I hear a pop come from the computer, and then it starts getting blue screens. So that was really cool, and that was only a couple weeks after I got it. So that was just a manufacturer defect, and it's like, I hope this motherboard doesn't have an issue either. But I also hope my hard drive didn't get corrupted by the other one. I don't know if it works that way. I've been trying to talk to a friend. He's been giving me advice and helping me learn about that kind of stuff, but even then he doesn't know everything. But yeah, long story short, all my Steam games got uninstalled. I thought I wouldn't get the Heat Evolution save back, but I did. Like, I've lost NASCAR Heat saves all the time from going to different computers and deleting and reinstalling the game and that kind of stuff. But this one stayed for some reason. But I also know the later Heat games, you can just, on PC, you can just randomly log in. Oh, welcome, let's set up your player profile. Remember that hundreds of hours you had in the game? It's gone now. Now you might be able to do file stuff to get it back, but yeah, your data with this RAM would be gone. I've noticed it's more likely to happen if you change your Steam name, because people would do that sometimes. Like in league races I used to do, we would put joke names sometimes, but sometimes it would just happen for no freaking reason, and you would lose all your data, all your lap times and stuff. Of course, it's not that big a deal if you mostly play for league racing, but it's still pretty annoying. But I don't know if this game has that. I don't think it does, but I am worried it's gonna happen. That would freaking suck. I'm worried it's gonna happen in one of the other games too. That would be awful. But I was able to ramble through that entire race. Sometimes I ran out of stuff to say, but I had plenty of stuff to say in this one. And it looks like we're gonna come home with the top 10.
Still there. Top 10, can't complain about that.
Yeah, he said it best. Can't complain about that. Oh, I remember. I was like, wasn't there a setting I was gonna change? I remember what it was. I want to use the other spotter. I know I said I liked Matt Tiff because he's not in the field, but I want to switch to Bobby Labonte. He is the one we haven't used, and I kind of just like his dialogue the best. That the way he says, still there, I don't know, it's stuck in my head. But, we're up to P28 in points, that's pretty good. And let's see who won the race. Dale Jr. Yeah, Dale Jr. is pretty good in this game, despite winning no races in 2016. Richmond is next, but, we're gonna very quickly go back and change the spotter. Alright, I'm wondering when we get the secondary sponsor slot. I'm really hoping that happens soon. Anyway, Richmond is pretty hard in the other games, but I don't know about this one since short tracks seem to be pretty easy. But we're gonna go with top 30. It's gonna go with top 30. And how much was the next upgrade? 50K. So one more race should get us there. Let's do it. See what we got. Oh, is this old NASCAR Richmond? Some of the older Heat games, there was a thing at Richmond. It would happen a lot in league races where, for whatever reason, and this got fixed later on, somehow, but for whatever reason, the way you take the track, it was super easy to go down low in 3 and 4 and accidentally enter the pit lane. For whatever reason, the physics in the newer ones, or the design or something, is slightly different where that doesn't happen anymore. But it would happen so much in like Heat 3 and such, where people would accidentally go down pit road. They would go too low down the track and trigger the thing. So I'm worried about doing that. You say I almost did it there. And that's last place. I'm guessing this track is going to be pretty hard. Only 3/10 off though, and that lap could have been better. So there's Bobby Labonte. He's gonna guide us to green. We got a good start. Haven't been saying that very much. Got held up by Biffle. Oh my, can you guys like go faster please? Why is Truex back here, man? We're just gonna send it and not go down pit road. Like, if that happens, we're 4 wide at Richmond. We're 4 wide at Richmond, okay. There's the guy spotting for me. Looks like we can run down here pretty well. I just realized I forgot to lower my wedge back at Bristol. I really don't know if it matters on arcade mode, but I'd rather, try it. I'm like, I'm gonna spin out. Anyway, maybe a top 30 is possible. We're racing a couple midfield drivers now. That was a slow middle and exit of the corner. I'm used to sending it because in the later Heat games, I know I keep saying in the later Heat games a lot, but in those, the AI just tend to send into the corners, so I tend to do that too. They don't seem to do that in this game as much. This track especially, they're more about coasting in and then powering off. If that makes sense. So let's give it a try ourselves. That worked a little bit, but I don't know if that'll help our lap times any, but we should try to at least avoid braking. But there's a big gap in the field now. Yeah, I am mostly... Oh, wow. I am mostly gaining time on the entry, but yeah, I should be slowing down a bit and just coasting through. So yeah, they're just really strong on exit, which is something that carries into the other Heat games. But here we can catch them pretty good on entry. We have pretty good corner entries. I struggle a little bit in the middle. I tend to lose speed in the middle from just how I'm turning, but... There's Chase in 26th. This is before, well, I mean, he was a rookie this season, so... Sorry, Dibby. Isn't Dibby in a BK car? So how is he that high up? Anyway, we're somehow getting faster. Not sure why. Maybe using the other cars as brakes helps a little bit. Just maybe. But we've driven up from last to 24th. Way better than I expected. 28 laps. This is going to be a lot longer than Bristol. Bristol flew by, but it might have just been because I was rambling. But we just keep getting faster. Is it the tire wear helping us out? Because there's been a couple cases where tire wear actually has made me faster. So, is that worn out right front helping, or if I've probably just learned to drive compared to at the beginning, and the fact that there's less traffic around me. Oh, that's not good. Anyway, I think I'll give my throat a rest for a little bit after all the talking I've done, and just do a couple laps silent here. Let's try cockpit. Let's not shift down. Here we go. You can see my controller movements as well. Pretty accurate to what I'm actually pressing.
Still there? There's a wreck in turn 4.
Oh, there's a wreck. Anyway, I find cockpit a lot easier to drive in this game than some of the other NASCAR games. But no, we're just gonna take everything, because now I know I can drive through the field. So let's let's make the wedge super low. Yeah, we got a few cars pitting. I've noticed a lot of pit strategy in this game.
Get set. The race is going green. There's a green flag.
Let's try a restart in cockpit mode and see how it goes. I shouldn't be up here, but I am anyway.
Carlo. Carlo.
Now I actually need to pay attention to the spotter.
All clear. Carlo.
But I know the spotters in NASCAR games are not the most reliable because the AI can only do so much. We're down to 10 to go. We lost some laps from that caution, thankfully. I like having enough time to race, but I don't like super long races either. Like, I didn't want to do 4%. I think 7 is a lot better. Alright, let's get out of that can.
Carlo. Clear high. Carlo.
I think some of the cars that pitted are back here. Now we're gonna have another yellow. Oh, I'm involved. Why did I do that? And the game is not gonna give us the yellow for some reason. That's very cool. That's very cool. Thank you, game. I'm actually kind of mad about that. I know that I don't think there's strict yellow in this game, but still. 2 cars wrecked. So I think that's the first wreck I've been involved in all season. And yeah, that was annoying. I might still be able to catch up here. I don't have too much damage. It was mostly a spin. Great, there's a car that's already lapped down. Well, those are probably the people I'm beating, or the lapped cars. But here we're gonna catch up. These are probably mostly the cars that have older tires. The ones that didn't pit before. Are they gonna have to pit now, or can you make it without pitting? I don't know. I know you have enough fuel to make it. I probably could have just not taken fuel in that pit stop, but I don't know if it would have saved us any time. At least we'll get that top 30 that we were trying to get. What I try to do is shoot to kind of finish where I am in the point standings, so I'd like to finish 28th to like keep where I am in the point standings, not lose spots. You know, obviously better would be nice because then I would gain positions, but like I kind of see 20th as my goal because that means I'm unlikely to lose spots. Now, of course, someone below me in points to finish above 28th, but like you get what I'm saying. Maybe not, because I'm confusing to talk to sometimes. We'll just bully our way around these guys and hit the 3 to go mark. We're back up almost to where we were, so that wreck actually didn't slow us down, but I think we might be in the top 20 if not for that wreck, so. Couple more laps rolling around the track. We seem to have lost our speed a little bit, or just gotten to the point where we can't catch anyone else, but I think we can hold off the 7. Not if we mess up the corner like that.
We'll get him next time.
I'm not mad about 25th. 91 speed rating. That's some good speed point. And Matt Kenseth won the race. Let's take a look at the standings, if I can remember. We gained 2 more spots. Awesome. We got some menu stuff to do, because we have to do an upgrade. That'll give us 1.75 airflow improvement. Then we gotta get to 75k for another horsepower improvement. And then take a look at the standings. There's AJ, 13th in regular points. I don't think that should be happening. Tony Stewart is 9th in regular points. There's your chase standings. AJ's in with an upset. Truex is out. Yeah, so pretty interesting stuff going on here. So I think that's it for this one. Talladega's up next. What if I just put Talladega in the title? for that episode just to see if it gets more views. I guess you have to stick around and find out. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that one was enjoyable. I enjoyed doing it. So, hopefully the series doesn't die like I thought it did. And, we can continue this season. So, thank you all for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you want to support the channel. And leave a sub. And, peace out, guys.